Good evening, everyone. This is a meeting of the Township Committee of the Middletown Board of Education. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press, the Dover Times, and by posting at the Middletown Township High School building and filing with the Township Clerk on January 17th, 2024. Committeeman Clark.
Here.
Committeewoman Cass.
Here.
Committeeman Sedambrino. Deputy Mayor Hydell.
Here.
Committeeman Perry.
Here.
The Middletown Board of Education, Frank Capone.
Here.
Larry DePaul.
Here.
Jacqueline Tobacco. Joe Minuez.
Here.
Joe Fitzgerald.
Here.
Kate Farley. Here. Katarina Skolinski. Here. Deborah Wright.
Here.
And Leonard Kennedy. You please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence for the troops serving worldwide defending our constitutions, freedom, and way of life. Thank you.
All right, well, good evening, everybody. First of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank members of the Board of Education for getting this date on the calendar. I want to thank all of our professionals. Certainly, this is a first for having a meeting in this room and a first for at least myself in terms of having a joint meeting with the Board of Education. So certainly appreciate all of you making the time to come out and join us. As you may know, a few months ago, we have the fortune of appointing Judge Clark to join Judge Berube as members of our bench here in Middletown. They're certainly two of the best. Certainly, I've known Judge Berube a long time, and Judge Clark has been doing a phenomenal job since being sworn in as a municipal judge here in Middletown. And a few months ago came up with a plan, what is truly certainly a first in Monmouth County and beyond, to provide a sense of privacy when it comes to some of the most important issues going on in a child's life, a family's life. And for those members that have joined us here in the public, obviously, this is an opportunity where both of these governing bodies have the ability to come together and be briefed, not in private, but in public, so that all the members of the public can hear as well. Before I go any farther, I certainly want to thank our professionals as well. I know that certainly many members, including Superintendent Jess Alphone, Tony Mercatante, as I mentioned, Judge Berube, Judge Clark, and several of our team, Kate, our court administrator. I want to thank all of them for their work in coming up with a program that I think, and I hope both the Township Committee and the Board of Education find to be one that is something not many people know occur, but certainly impacts more people than you think, and that is truancy when it comes to our schools, and how that then comes back and falls in the lap of the court system where it really shouldn't be in terms of the public's knowledge of what is happening. So Judge Clark, Judge Berube, Kate, I don't know if you want to come forward and provide, I know there's strict rules of the administration courts.
There is strict rules. We appreciate it. I think we've been given served.
Okay.
But we
No problem. I think you're going to be pretty popular people. As people begin to leave, they're going to seek you out, for maybe a quick sidebar. But I don't know if Matt or Tony, is Tony still on?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay. Tone, do you want to provide a overview for everybody that's joining us here today?
Sure, I'll do that. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, this came up really thanks to Judge Clark. She called me down one day to meet with her and Kate about an issue that they had recently experienced in court having to do with a truancy matter. And honestly, I have to admit, I didn't really make the connection that truancy issues wound up in municipal court before a judge. I mean, I suppose now looking back on it's logical, but I never really thought about the process through and through. And we got to talking about it. And so and they felt that, public court wasn't necessarily the best place to be handling these matters. And so we immediately set up some meetings with the Board of Education, with Jess and Matt and some of their staff and some of our staff to talk about it. And the AOC were participating in this process as well. We're very cooperative. And we all sort of put our heads together and started looking at this. And just to tell you the magnitude of this, there were far more truancy cases than I imagined would be the case. And some of them were very, very extreme. We're talking like 50, 60, 100 days of school missed in some cases. And it was startling, really. But we talked about setting up a process to maybe intercede earlier and keep it from actually getting to court. And so what we developed based on Judge Clark's recommendation was to utilize the court's mediation system, which has been in place for a long time. We have mediators who are trained and skilled at dealing with various situations. And we thought this might be a better forum to try to solve the problems that may be at the root of somebody's truancy, or as the Board of Ed folks call it, school refusal. And so we put together a plan, and it's kind of summarized in the document that you all received. And I think we're kind of ready to roll it out, hopefully next month, and put it into place. And I just think it's a great collaboration. I would never have thought about it if it hadn't been brought to my attention. And the fact that the Board of Ed staff were so willing to participate and help out and enthusiastic about it. It was a great collaboration, and I'm just hoping it'll be really successful when we finally do start implementing it shortly.
All right, thanks, Tom, for that overview. So again, this is a program that when we do run into issues, and rather than going to the courts and you have that sustained length of absences for our students, we don't want that to go out into the public to discuss family matters. We don't want that to go out into the public to discuss perhaps health issues that may be at the root cause of why a child might be unable to attend school because their parent or guardian is sick. And this program will help try and keep that process out of the court system. Our court, I'm not even going to look at our judges. I know where they stand on this. Our courts already have the courts across the state have a hard time already being able to keep up with the ever-changing rules that they're consistently seeing that come out of the AOC, the Administrative Office of the Courts, which is at the state level. So why not have a streamlined process that deals with this in a very delicate way and delicate manner that it should be treated with. So again, I want to thank Judge Clark, Judge Baruti, Kate. I want to thank Matt, Amy, Jess, everyone that was involved, and I want to thank, hopefully, with the consensus of this of these two boards, that we're able to move forward with a process that certainly respects families, respects our students, and certainly respects the process that is defined out for dealing with these matters. So before we go to our respective boards, Mr. Capone, Mr. President, thanks for helping bring our two boards together, and I'll turn it over to you for a couple words.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to say
Thanks, Elliot. My man, Elliot.
Thank you, Mayor, once again. Judge Clark, thank you so much for your respect for our parents, our children, and just showing them the privacy and the courtesy what you're implementing right now. To me, is monumental, actually. And when it was first approached to us about what this was going to be entailed, I said to myself, I can't believe that it always wasn't done this way, and how it was always out in the open. And like Mr. Mercatante said, I wasn't aware that this was in the, the public sector of being out in the open for everyone to see. So I do appreciate that, and I thank you for bringing this to us. I think it's a phenomenal thing that you're doing. I also want to say to the mayor, to the township committee, our collaborative effort on not only this, what we've been doing for the past several years is nothing short of amazing what we do for our students and our parents. So I thank you all, and I'm going to ask if anybody has any questions or any concerns, please. Bring them up.
I don't have any concerns.
Good.
I would like to just say something really quick if that's okay. I think this program is fabulous. It actually brings me back to when I was practicing with the Legal Aid Society, because we've always had an approach to cases where you should look at it holistically and figure out what other underlying issues is actually bringing that person to the court system. And, years ago, these types of solutions outside of a court system weren't always very welcome. And so I thank you for actually being open to doing this, especially for children, because these are really sensitive matters that should not be in the public eye as much as possible. And we should be doing as much as we can for that child and also that family, because navigating these systems are very complicated and overwhelming for people. And a lot of times they don't even know where to start look for resources as they're trying to deal with some very heavy matters. So I think this is great. And I see that this is the first one, I guess, in Monmouth County that's going to be taking off, and I just would love to see this spread around the state.
Any other member of the Township Committee or Board of Education with any comments or questions, feedback?
I'll just say briefly, Mayor, thank you, that it is something I also was not aware of. I have two children who just went through the public school system and have graduated. But when it was discussed, it is something that absolutely, in my eyes, should be private. No child's personal business, their health business, their family's business should be out there for the public record. So I am thrilled and really welcome, and so thankful that it was brought to our attention and that we could make changes. And like Ms. Wright said, we could absolutely pave the way for other municipalities in the county to hopefully do the same to protect our children. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Committee. Any other member of the Board of Ed or Township Committee? All right, seeing no other questions from the Township Committee, I'll open it up for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment may do so. We ask that you state your name and address for the record. We ask that you keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll let you know that you have 1 minute remaining. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment?
I will. Susan DiNocento, 398 Maple Drive. Will you have truant officers? Because back in the day, that's not that. They would actually physically have truant officers. They would actually come to the home and say, is everything?
I think I'll defer to Mr. Kirkpatrick on
So
that
we
one.
no longer have truants and officers, but we did in the district at one point. We do have 2 individuals that are hired as a security staff that will make stops at homes and businesses.
Because the safety, as you said, is the priority of the child, so they visit.
We have 2 individuals that do business. We just don't
If
operate.
the kid hears, there's somebody up here.
It makes a difference.
Thanks, Susan.
Thanks.
Any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Okay, seeing no other member of the public stepping forward, I'll make a motion to approve and adjourn. I think we have to do this second. Yeah. Second.
I'm gonna do a vote as a whole.
No, it's just.
Do the committee first.
Committee will make a motion.
Okay. Committeeman Clark,
Yes.
Committeeman
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hydell.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Discussion. Amy, roll call.
Mrs. Farley? Yes. Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Minnie Weeks?
Yes.
Mrs. Gillespie?
Yes.
Mr. Tull?
Yes.
Mrs. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Plum?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody. This is a great program. Judge Clark, Judge Berube, Kate, everybody, Matt, Amy, Tony, everybody that was involved in this. this is a big win for Middletown. I think something that's going to be replicated across the county and the state eventually. So I want to thank you again. I want to thank all the members of the public that came out tonight. And I certainly want to thank the members of the Board of Education and Township Committee. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.